Thank you for watching us on YouTube. But did you know that if you're on the go, you can get the full show as a podcast now? You can get our morning breakdown of the most important topics facing our country, news not being covered by the mainstream media, interviews with change-making progressives, and info on what you can actually do about all this. Search for The Damage Report on your favorite podcast app and subscribe so you know when new episodes are ready to go. We have to get to important information because, look, when Kavanaugh was being nominated and when he was accused of multiple sexual assaults, which he almost certainly did, but we're just moving on. I guess he's there for 30 years or something. That's weird. The right says that they are very fired up over this process, that the left was going too hard against Kavanaugh, that SJWs are scaring people, and that is firing up Republicans. So in the past few days, you've had Donald Trump saying this multiple times. You've had Chuck Grassley and Mitch McConnell and lots of other Republicans saying that they had been having trouble firing up their voters and the Kavanaugh fight has done it for them. And I know that even people here at TYT, I remember hearing, I'm not gonna name names, but people were saying that they saw initial polling showing that the big gap in the generic congressional ballot between Democrats and Republicans had shrunk down to almost nothing thanks to this Kavanaugh thing. Totally. Well, there might have been a poll that showed that, that's certainly possible. But I am here to say that this narrative that I guess the fundamental numbers in play for this midterm have not dramatically changed. There's a new CNN poll showing that 54% of likely voters are planning to vote for the Democratic candidate in their House district compared to 41% backing a Republican. That is, we've done the math for you, it's 13 points, which is about what it was at 2 weeks ago and a month ago. Now, do not take any of this as a, I guess, I don't know, allowance to be apathetic or saying you don't need to be concerned. A 13-point lead can go down. There are still weeks, God only knows what's gonna happen. That is a generic thing. That does not mean anything necessarily about control of the House, let alone the Senate. So you do still have to be concerned, but we also don't have to simply accept at face value bizarre statements about the course of public opinion.
Yeah, the thing about gullible voting bloc, which Republicans a lot of times get the opportunity to represent, is you can make things up and they'll believe it. You can say, hey, guess what? You guys are now energized. There's so many more of you that love Kavanaugh so much. And many of them are like, I wasn't one of them, but I guess there's others.
Yeah.
So they'll buy into it because they need something. No matter what the numbers are, no matter what the actual reality is, you can just say, hey, that's actually good for us. You should be energized. Or not you should be, you are. Yeah. It's not asking people what they believe, it's telling them what they are. And then when it's bad news, just say fake news. When it's obviously in your face, factual bad news for you, say, hey, that's just fake. You know who said it? Again, we just talked to Jess Phoenix about the dire climate change we have coming towards us right now. And then Trump was asked about that report and he goes, I'm gonna look at who drew it up first. Not I'm gonna look at it and see what details and information I may find from scientists. I'm gonna look at who drew it up because I'm looking to destroy who it is that wrote it rather than actually look at the facts.
It is the most American thing these days to look for reasons to not have to pay attention to facts. And that is what he's going to do. Now, this narrative that we're fighting against in this little segment is not just about them thinking that they're gonna do better in the midterms than they actually are. I think there's another reason that they're trying to make people think that the Kavanaugh fight has fired up a lot of Americans, is that they are worried that people's respect or I guess the legitimacy of the Supreme Court is gonna be damaged by the fact that they've put a guy on there that is facing at least 4 charges of sexual assault. They don't like that, and so they want to make you think that, okay, maybe you don't like him. Maybe you think he might have done this, but you're kind of weird, you're an oddball. The rest of America all loves him. Now, the polls don't actually show that. He started off being unpopular even before the sexual assault stuff, and he remained the least popular Supreme Court nominee, I believe, in recorded history since they've been doing polling over it. That remains the truth. So do not allow yourself to feel like you're some sort of weirdo because you think that this is an absolutely horrible thing that happened. They want you to believe that it's not true. Man, Ruth Bader Ginsburg's got some big shades, jeez. Whatever helps her, whatever helps her. I wanna jump to the third graphic, we have very little time. Interesting extra fact in these polls, nearly 2/3 of registered women voters polled by CNN said they're likely to vote for the Democrats this year. A 30-point gap between support for Democrats and Republicans. That is absolutely huge. Now, I don't know for sure if that has been affected by the Kavanaugh thing, but it's not a huge leap in logic to say that it might have been.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Republicans have been very clear about what they think of women lately in this country. Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.